When this first started for me, it was ups and downs and all arounds, and I told you that I didn't have any money. I just had a dream. The first show, I did not have $70 to pay for the venue. But my mom did, and so she wrote a check to rent the venue for the very first show. It's crazy when you think about it, right? Because if you're trying to start a business, you hopefully have $70. So if we didn't have $70, we also probably weren't legal with the state of Iowa, right? We probably weren't paying our taxes, and I was 18 years old and I was learning, and I had a strong learning curve in the summer of 2007 when I got a little letter saying, you need to start paying your taxes, and your show in 1 week is not going to happen because we are shutting you down. It's horrible. Worse than not having a hotel room last night. It's really bad because your ego is up here and you're just trying to figure out how to pay $70, and now you got to pay your sales tax, and you're 18 and you have this big dream, and in comes my dad, who, very strong man, mentally, physically, and he's been around the block a time or two, and he took me around that block a time or two in the next week, and guess what? In about 5 days, we did the impossible, and somehow we were licensed with the state of Iowa and still able to run that show. That was a bad day, but thank you. I appreciate that. You know, when I first got into wrestling, I was watching WWE in the late 90s, and I was a big Chicago Bulls fan, loved the Bulls. Michael retired, so what's next? And I found professional wrestling, and my dad absolutely hated that. And my mom just loved me, and so she would sneak, we didn't have cable, so she would sneak me into her parents' house, into my grandparents' house, and I would watch wrestling. But then I got so addicted, guys, that whole week all I could do was talk about wrestling. Meaning, my dad knew she was sneaking me in. So I've told this story, but I got to tell it again, and I'm going to tell it for the rest of my life. My dad did not support wrestling. He did not want tonight to happen. It was bad, guys. And I graduated from high school in 2006. I've already ran one show. I was very successful. So I graduated, and my dad was activated and deployed to go overseas and serve the United States of America. So I'm going off to college. My dad's going off to defend this country. And guess who let me spend my graduation money on my first ever pro wrestling ring? Mom. My mom, like I said. So after a few unexpected health incidents, my dad was unable to serve this country, and he came home early, and he comes home, and there is a huge wrestling ring in the driveway. And I think at that point, he kind of knew it was what it was, and it was going to happen. So thanks for coming around, because when you look at where we were then and where we're at now, this is pretty cool. There's nothing wrong with professional wrestling, and we've all made a believer out of him. Through the years, we went through snowstorms, and he's driven the truck, he's driven the trailer, he's done everything he can to make it happen. My mom has been serving hot dogs, she's been selling t-shirts, she's been doing everything, she's been watching my son. That's pretty cool, because this couldn't happen if it wasn't for that behind-the-scenes stuff. So to both of you, I thank you so very much. And hopefully, when you look around, I want you to know I'm paying my taxes now. The state loves me. No more letters, we're doing good. If you see where we came from to where we're at now, it's a testament to all of us becoming believers in Central Empire Wrestling, and the first believers were tonight's final Empire Award recipients, Don and Renita Bayliss, my parents.
I just look around here so I don't step in it too much. And I probably will step in it, okay? True stories, what you've been hearing here tonight. I was not a fan. Austin got that ring and he set it up in a damnedest place. In my machine shed. And it was there for the winter when my machinery was sitting outside. The only thing that got in there other than wrestlers were birds. And they crapped all over his ring. And so when the wrestlers came to work out, train in my machine shed on his ring, they had to get out the brooms first. And Austin has come a long ways. But he came a long ways because of the people in this room and the people that aren't in this room for the last 18 years or whatever. When he was 16 years old, he would get in a car and he would drive up to northwest Iowa and train with Harley Race on weekends. So there he is. I was without someone to help me take care of the livestock. But that was his thing. I'm not a public speaker, I'm just a farm kid that I want to do the right thing. And I try to do the right thing, even if it was to protect Austin. And maybe I didn't do the right thing, but I tried. And he succeeded in spite of me. And we're pretty darn proud of him and Kelsey, and of course Briston. We've he comes over to our house. We're about quarter of a mile away, and there are certain things that he knows we're going to watch. What's the other one? Gunsmoke. That's right. And we just watch it together, don't we, partner? You bet. So. And we're in the process of putting on a little Four Seasons porch, and Briston asked if that could be his room. Sure can. Okay. Now, I guess that the wrestling thing has become a family affair, family program, and family is everyone sitting in this room right now. I know there's 100 things I'd like to say, but I'm just going to say the one last thing here. Earl came over, sat down, and he said, "You look familiar." And I'm thinking, God, I don't know how that could be. I said, well, everyone's got a double, and then as I'm thinking in the last 30 minutes, whatever, I figured it out. I've got the, I've got the hair. Woo!
Well, what I want to say is I am so proud of Austin and our family that have worked hard together to get to where we're at today. And a lot of that is an outreach to you folks here tonight and the others that will be here tomorrow. And I just have so many fond memories over the years traveling up and down the roads, whether it be going to Austin CEW shows or long before that, the WWE road trips, taking Austin to their shows. And I never would have thought it would have came to this, but it's been a fun, exciting ride to pursue this dream of Austin's. And I thank you kindly from the bottom of our hearts that you've helped support it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Donna Rhea Bayliss.